I can't see your eyes.
Okay, come in.
So I'm just yeah, we've been here about 4 years. We live about 3 miles up the coast at Gorenhaven, and we've been to Portloe. In fact, the lovely story, we walked all the way along the coast path about 8 years ago, and we stopped here as my wife was having a sort of semi-cardiac because of the heat, because it was a really hot day. We stopped and down by the coast, and then walked on to Portloe and stayed the night there. And it's a really enclosed little valley and full of stuff. And I'm looking at the camera. So, and yeah, as an area, there's not that much going on, particularly in the winter time. There's some riding stables up the road. There's lots of little rivers that run down through here, and we should go down and have a look at the
harbour.
At the sea.
At the bottom of the road.
At the harbour, yeah, we should go down and see the harbour, because there's I think there's 2 or 3 working boats down there, and the crab sandwich that we just had here, which is terrific, is local Portloe crab.
Are there very good, great walks around here, or?
I mean, it's completely dominated by the coast path, but then there's lots of little footpaths going inland, and then you come across the coves and the beaches and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the great thing is just to get a map out, make it up, whichever way the wind's blowing, go the other way, and yeah, see how you go. I think a lot of it is just by luck, really, and tapping into the locals' knowledge, which is why you're asking me, I suppose.
So where would you take the family to the beach around here? Or?
Goren, the great thing is the way that the coastline is orientated is, depending which way the wind's blowing, you can always find a quiet beach or a sheltered beach. So Goren's east facing, and then you've got Hemmick, and a lot of the others here are kind of south facing. But you know, for open sands, Pendower is really good, particularly when the tide drops. It kind of merges into Calm Beach. I really like Hemmick because when the tide drops there, for 1 hour a day, you get this amazing secondary beach with these giant boulders, and you know, get the kids to make pictures of cat spaces and all sorts. And there's some excellent driftwood, and there's some rock pools down there with starfish and things in them.
Where's the best cafe on the beach? There's always a favourite, isn't it?
Yeah.
The beach cafe.
We really like the Coast Path Cafe at Goren, run by a bunch of volunteers. There's a sweet little cafe at Cottages, which is kind of open now and again through the winter, but in the summer it's pretty mobbed. There's one called the Baskin Shack at Pendower, which is got fantastic cakes, and Hidden Hut, which is a little bit more popular with good soups and homemade hummus and stuff like that, and some wicked ice cream with figs and all sorts of crazy stuff in it. Yeah.
Well, what's off the beaten track? What's the little pop-up things that happen, sort of maybe 4 or 5 times a year or anything like
There's
that?
One of the sweetest things that my daughters like is when you go to Port Holland, it's got 2 little bays. You've got East Port Holland and West Port Holland, and the first one you come to from here, which is going to be West Port Holland, there's a lovely old boy with a giant beard who's built a railway track, a 7-inch gauge railway track in his garden that snakes up through the valley, and 4 weekends a year or something like that, he invites people to come and have a ride on the train, and you go through this garden, through tunnels, over little bridges, and incredibly exciting. They're all steam powered, and they've even got 10-year-old kids actually driving the trains. So that's incredibly sweet. And then what else do we do? A lot of it's quite spontaneous. You sort of make it up on the day. So there's down by the Hidden Hut beach, there's a lot of really flat stones, and you can make bits of furniture there, like seats and stones and stuff, but watch out, 'cause it's quite fragile. You don't want to sit down on it too quick, or your backside might go straight through it. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, St Maur's? There's obviously
St Maur's, yeah, I mean St Maur's is probably the biggest kind of collection of people living in that area. It's a bit snobby and snotty for my liking, but you know, the castle's interesting. It's good fun for kids. The beach, when it drops, it's got it seems to have an awful lot of limpet shells with the middles missing, so you can make strange little pairs of glasses or monocles, whatever you want. Where else do we go? Verien, yeah, Verien's worth a look at. It's got a really lovely little pond. There's a playground at the back. There's a gorgeous bridge, kind of hand-carved bridge in the middle. A pub, a lovely shop, really helpful people there. A bustling little school. There's a kind of tennis courts and stuff.
At the roundhouses.
And the history of Verien, of course, is there's 3 ways into the village, and as you come in, there's these incredible roundhouses, which allegedly there's lots of stories about why they were built. They were built for the 5 daughters, so the landlord of this pub tells me. The 5 daughters of the thing, and they were also built for the families of the fishermen long ago. But there's a third version, which is that they were built to, there's no corners to the rooms, so they kept there's nowhere for the ghosts to hide, because ghosts exist, of course. And that's it, yeah. So yeah, it's a very well lived in village, yeah, and there's riding stables there, yeah, quite a few things going on.
Bit of footage there.
Yep.
Cut that out.